Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and do a random read, whatever wants to come out. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That will have any information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So again, this is just a random reading, whatever wants to come out. We do have the yin yang that came out. And so I do feel like right now you are working on your duality and maybe merging both sides of your energies together, right? The feminine, the masculine, the yin, the yang, the light, the shadow. It's like you need everything to work in tandem and to feel energetically aligned. And I do feel like that is what you are working on. There's also something about removing the shame around your shadowy side or your shadowy attributes, you know. I think that sometimes we like demonize the ego or lower level emotions like anger and sadness or whatever, you know. And it's like, of course, we don't want to stay stuck in these energies because that's not conducive to your growth at all. You know, we need the energy to flow, to have forward movement and progression, but these energies are a part of you and they serve their purpose in their time and their place. And Gemini, you could find that you have stifled down some of these things so much because you wanted to be hyper focused on the light attributes or to kind of always be positive. Like there's this toxic positivity that sometimes can happen in spirituality where it's like, nope, love and light, love and light, love and light. And it's like sometimes we need to love and light it up, you know. It's giving that kind of energy. So I feel like you are starting to be more accepting of your whole self, Gemini, and not just parts of yourself. All right, so we like to see that because when you are accepting of who you are, all of who you are, you feel brave, you feel secure and sure to stand in your authenticity, and you also know who you are. So you're not going to run around here with no direction, not really knowing who you are, what you stand for, what you believe, because you've blocked out parts of yourself. You know who you are because you've accepted all parts of yourself, okay? All right, guys, and there's also something about inner childhood healing here. Maybe in your childhood you were told, you know, what is that? Is that song? Is it big girls or big boys? But they don't cry. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I haven't heard that song in forever. Sometimes my guides come through with these songs and I'm just like, okay, y'all. But that's what I'm hearing. And I feel like whether you're a big boy or you're a big girl, you've been told that you can't cry. Don't cry, all right? Or I'll give you something to cry about. Like maybe you heard that a lot growing up. Or your emotions were kind of attacked, like you weren't supposed to have emotions, you weren't supposed to show any kind of real reaction. So you're kind of learning to allow yourself to do that as you are growing up and maybe healing yourself. You're allowing yourself to show emotion, to cry, to get upset, you know. These things are honoring you, okay, and really healing that inner child that didn't feel free to express itself. All right, we're gonna get charms because this is just a random read, right? So let's get some random charms. Let's see what we have for Gemini gang spirit. What messages do you want to bring through for Gemini gang today? What messages do you want to bring through? Oh, this is stuck on my nail. So I'm guessing that this needs to come out, the bell. You can ring my bell. You can ring my bell. I don't know what's up with all the older music, but I'm not mad at it, y'all. Okay, but that just came through. What do we have here for Gemini gang? Random messages, please. Random messages. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm noticing the balance. Okay, right off the bat. This is what we got. So yes, right off the bat, I'm noticing this Libra energy, the scales, and that is that's the energy I was getting with the yin yang. It's like you're putting your life in balance or keeping your life in balance, doing things that are going to help you stay in balance. You're also honoring your intuition a lot more now. You're listening to your intuition. You're not disregarding it or pushing it to the side or treating it like, well, you know, maybe I could trust it, maybe I can't trust it, but you're honoring that. I'm also getting the energy for some of you who are really invested in doing the work. It's like you're not deeming things that challenge your ego as evil. You know, sometimes people who are very stuck and very closed-minded and they don't want to look at their own wounds, anything that challenges their ego or their very closed worldview, they will instantly deem that as evil or wrong or something that's trying to, you know, attack them. But you, Gemini, I feel like you're very open to perspectives. You're open to a higher way of seeing things and a clearer way of seeing yourself, you know. I do get the energy of you wanting to rise to the potential of your highest self, be the best that you can be, right? So you're starting to listen to your intuition. Owls could definitely be very significant. You could be hearing a lot of owls or seeing a lot of owls, Gemini, but you are listening to your intuition for sure, okay? We also have the apple that came out, and this is making me feel like knowledge. You could be gaining some kind of higher wisdom. You could definitely be going back to school or going to school, period, getting certified in something, maybe taking some courses or classes or whatever, but it does feel like you are getting some kind of knowledge here with the apple. You could be a teacher or a teacher's aide, perhaps. Also with the apple, there's some kind of temptation here, right? I don't really see a lot of negative or shadowy charms here, so I feel like whatever this is that's tempting you, it might be good, but you know, everything within reason, right? So you might be learning to kind of decipher through what is a good temptation and what isn't, right? I feel like there's something here with, you know, interestingly enough, we have the yin yang, which is very black and white, right? But I feel like you're actually learning not to see life in just black and white terms, you know? I feel like you're starting to see things in a whole spectrum full of colors. So, you know, the ego is not just black and white. It's not just, oh, this is bad, that is good, right? Emotions are not just black and white. Temptations are not just black and white. There could be very tempting things that are trying to lead you to very satisfying results or satisfying encounters as well. So I'm getting that energy here. Some of you guys could be definitely trying to eat healthier here with the fruits and veggies that we got. We got a carrot coming out. And some of you guys, yeah, you could be, you know, I don't know, trying to eat more foods that are going to increase your brain power. That's what I'm getting for somebody. But the carrot for me talks about pleasant surprises. It talks about unexpected come-ups here, because you know how I feel about the carrot. If we didn't know what a carrot was, we'd assume that what's sticking out of the ground just looks like a weed. I mean, I'm growing carrots right now, and they do. Like, they just look like weeds growing out of the ground. If you didn't know any better, you wouldn't think nothing different. But there's actually carrots under the dirt, you know? So there's something that may not look like it's going to give you a profit or give you something valuable, but actually it is. And that could be something that you're learning here. There could have been a lesson around that of, you know, not judging a book by its cover, not seeing something and going, oh, that's not for me, or that's not going to be, you know, helpful to my life or benefit me in any way. And then finding out later that actually, yeah, it would have been. So some of you guys may have had to miss out on some opportunities to learn the lesson of, you know, maybe taking a deeper look at things, or again, gathering a higher perspective. The bell, okay, this is actually a Christmas charm for me. You know, it's a little green jingle bell. So some of you guys, yeah, there could be Christmas energy could be significant, or maybe there's going to be a gift that's going to be given to you. This could also talk about something getting your attention, perhaps, you know, a message, an alarm, something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here, okay? We have Leo energy, because why wouldn't we? Leo comes out all the time. So yes, Leo energy could be significant. Maybe something in Leo season is going to be significant for everything we talked about. We also have Sagittarius energy with the horse, and then we have pigs flying, all right? So yeah, pigs flying with the carrot, it does feel like there's some unexpected surprise, or maybe even a miraculous event that's going to take place. Like for some of you guys, you're like, yeah, I'll be seeing pigs flying outside of my house before that happens. And actually, pigs are gonna fly, right? I feel like something that you're not expecting is going to happen, Gemini, and you're gonna be really happy about this. With this Sagittarius energy, I feel like there's a lot of forward movement in your life right now. I do feel like you could be traveling or expanding or growing here, making great strides in whatever it is that you're working on. There could definitely be this energy of you working on your physical health as well, maybe working out, eating right, okay? And with Sagittarius energy in general, we have that sage, right? We have that wisdom that comes through, that higher learning and expansiveness. Sagittarians are very, you know, cultured, and they're open-minded, and they like to learn about new things. So that could just be the energy that you're taking on right now. Again, it's not black and white for you. Like, it's a whole spectrum of colors. You're starting to see things in different ways, okay? All right, Gemini. So let's go ahead and get into this, get into some cards here. What just random messages do we have? We have opportunity that came out, and it came out with trust. So card number 16 and card number 32. Yeah, Gemini, you've been really crawling your way through a dark space, or you've been going through a lot of healing. Like, you've needed to change your perspective, or shift your perspective on how you're seeing things in order to actually welcome yourself into this new opportunity that's coming. And it's interesting because on the back of the deck, we have small steps, big accomplishments, card number 8. I do feel like there has been like this energy of maybe feeling like you are taking small steps, so you're not getting ahead very fast. You know, you're seeing a little bit of progress at a time, but actually you're going to find out that this was a big leap, or there's going to be big results here in the end. All right. So yeah, I feel like you're just like this little tiny seedling right now that is just growing, you know, and of course, this is a very fragile state. Anything could happen that could take this little seedling out, but you have to have trust that everything is going to work out for you, that your hard work is going to pay off. I look at this door to opportunity, and I see this bee, and the bee always makes me think of hard work and effort, maybe group effort, but also you could have been, you know, just working very hard to produce some kind of results, and you're going to gather some kind of opportunity because of that. So yes, Gemini, opportunity is going to knock, and hopefully you will answer. All right, what else do we have here for Gemini gang for this random read, please? What do we have here for Gemini gang for this random read? What do they need to know, or just what do you want to talk about? We have let go and bury, card number 17. Okay, look, small steps, big accomplishments again. Yeah, I feel like for some of you guys, you've been letting go of like results, being result oriented, right? Only focusing on the outcome or what something can produce, and not actually the whole journey of it. You know, it's like that is what you've just shifted your perspective. I'm getting that so strongly, guys, to looking at things of, I'm going to actually appreciate the process of something, and this is going to lead me to a favorable outcome regardless of what it is, because of the fact that I am appreciating the process. I also feel like, Gemini, there's been something that's just been sucking your energy dry, boo, okay? You could have been thinking about something a lot. Something could have been weighing very heavy on your heart here, or on your mind. And there maybe was this resistance to letting something go. You know, she got a garden shovel for what? Burying this whole casket? How's that gonna work? That's gonna take you forever to dig that hole. You really need to bring a proper shovel, you know, or you could go get a backhoe. You could go rent one. I'm sure you can rent one from places, and you can dig the hole in like an hour, you know. But it's like we've been kind of letting ourselves stay stuck a little bit, or stay lost in the sauce, or holding on is kind of what the energy is. And maybe that's because you had a lot of hope for whatever this is. This has been coming through in the readings in the last couple days, and just, you know, on YouTube and in my private readings, where we've been talking about hope a lot. You know, you have to be discerning with hope, because hope can lead you to creating wonderful dreams for yourself, and can take you to places you've never been before. It can cause you to believe in yourself, but hope can also keep you hanging on to things that no longer serve you, got you out here acting and looking like a fool. Hope can have you, you know, following a pipe dream that's never going to lead you anywhere, and where you're missing out on opportunities around you that are more in alignment, because you have hope for whatever this is, you know? So it's like, you have to be very discerning of what you're holding on to, or what you're hoping for. And I feel like this is, again, something that you're seeing. It's like eyes wide open in this reading. I'm getting that so strongly, like your eyes are wide open. And with this, again, change of perspective, it's like everything else is shifting around you. What else do we have? Let's get one more out here for Gemini gang. One more message for this random read. Then we're going to start clarifying some stuff. One more message here for Gemini gang for this random read. We have magnetism through gratitude. So we have 31. It's interesting because we have 16, 17, and then we have 31, 32. So there's definitely a level up here. We're moving forward, you know. Yeah, Gemini, I feel like you are really attracting things right now through your attitude, through your vibration, your energy. Okay, and some of you guys have really adopted this attitude of gratitude in a really real way. It's like this energy of making a conscious effort every day to feel grateful, find things to be grateful for, you know, really have a positive attitude about you, where you're at, who you are, what you bring to the table here, for sure. Which is definitely a big shift here, because if you were in this energy here, like we talked about before, of kind of shaming some parts of yourself because they didn't fit what you felt was positive or you felt was going to be helpful to you, you know, you were kind of in that lack mentality a little bit and blocking, maybe blocking blessings or blocking movement here. Inner conflict resolution, card number 6. I feel very strongly, Gemini, that you are working through something. You know, and with you working through whatever this is on your own terms within yourself, it's like you are attracting more opportunities are coming towards you, you know. There could actually be 3 blessings that are coming towards you with those 3 cups. This could also talk about community, friendships, meeting somebody new, maybe in a romantic way. It's like you're attracting like-minded energy too. I feel like you could have been stuck in this energy too of learning a lot of lessons. And so you were attracting people towards you that were going to teach you lessons, especially about yourself and how you were viewing yourself. You could have been really down on yourself, beating yourself up, blaming yourself for even like things that don't really make that much sense when you think back on it, like blaming yourself because you had standards, you know, blaming yourself because you had needs, or because maybe you felt like you were expecting too much, or you were talking too loud, or you were laughing too much, or you were doing this or doing that. It's like, and now you're really starting to accept who you are in its entirety, and this is just bringing a better energy into your life. It's attracting people who are going to accept you in your entirety, you know. People who are not going to be critical of you and maybe a little judgy, because I feel like you were in that energy of judging yourself. So it's almost like you were giving free reign for other people to do that too. In fact, I feel like it almost felt natural, you know? There's definitely a balance here with these scales. I feel that so strongly, guys. You know, you are bringing a strong sense of balance into your life. Anything else before we put this deck up? I'm not going to keep it, but I just want to get some more messages out here. Anything else before we put this deck up, Spirit? Yeah, Inner Truth, card number 7, with inner conflict resolution back on the bottom of the deck. Again, 6, 7, we're moving forward here. And yeah, you are very sure of your own inner truth, which is great. You know, you're not lost, Gemini. Okay? You know where you're going. Even with yourself going through the darkness and not having the clarity, some of you guys have a higher source of power or inspiration that you do believe in and you look up to. So therefore, you're not going to be stumbling your way through the darkness. You always have this that you can turn to, you know? So it's like, when I don't know, lead the way for me is the energy that you have. And so you've taken a lot of time and went through a lot of things, a lot of lessons, a lot of things have been turned into wisdom for you in your life. It's like your tool belt of wisdom is very full, Gemini. And this has helped you form a very solid self-image, you know? Like, you ever met people who are just really directionless and they just don't know where they're going? They don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what they're here to do. They don't know why they're going through this or that. They can't self-reflect. They can't, you know, transmute the lessons or anything like that, because they really are lost within. It's like it starts within, about knowing who you are in a very deep level. And I feel like this is something that you have spent a lot of time doing. I mean, shit, Gemini, people say we're self-absorbed anyways, right? We're the most self-absorbed signs. You know, we're selfish. We only care about ourselves. It's like you've had to really protect yourself and focus on yourself for the majority of your life. So therefore, you know yourself very well. You have a very strong inner truth. And it's interesting because we do got the owl charm with the owl card, okay? So yes, owl wisdom, owls, something like that. Owls are very significant. Owl could be like, you know, a power animal for you, or a spirit guide that's showing up. We have shake, release, heal, and move on, card number 27. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're not holding on to extra baggage, right? It's like, if it doesn't belong to you, if it's holding up space, if it's taking up your energy, if it's blocking things, you're removing it, you know, and you're giving this to yourself because you feel like you deserve it. You deserve to move forward. You deserve to be free of whatever this heaviness is, you know? So yeah, whatever you were holding on to or whatever had a hold on you, Gemini, okay? It's like we are letting that go. Now, I feel very compelled for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I feel very compelled to read the owl from the animal book, even though we're not using this animal deck. I just feel compelled to do it, so I'm going to, right? Let's get to this here really quickly. Okay, the owl. Okay? So it says abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi. I think that's how you say that, and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon and how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, money quarrels and scarcity. If I could read, y'all, to bring into balance an offering. That's so interesting, guys, because we have this opportunity here with just trusting, you know, and with this clairvoyant energy, some of you guys could have had very strong psychic intuition or visions, prophetic dreams that have come through, downloads perhaps from the divine itself, a sense of like claircognizance of just knowing that something is meant for you or that you're meant to have some kind of opportunity in your life. And it's going to show up. What I really love about this message is that whatever this boon or treasure is, either spiritual or material, it's not just for you. It's going to be serving the world as well, which is so important because, you know, it's one thing to have like all this abundance and treasure and kind of be like, you know, whatever, a fat cat set up for life, but it's so much more important for me personally on like how you're helping people, how you're spreading that light around, how you're giving other people hope or helping other people see that they can have blessings or that they are a blessing or whatever, you know? So I love that whatever this treasure is, this abundance that's coming into your life, Gemini, it's also going to serve a greater, higher purpose, okay? So yeah, I like that. I really like that, and I'm happy that I looked into that. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get some tarot out here, okay? We have the opportunity is knocking, okay? Some of you guys could be seeing woodpeckers. You could be hearing them, you know? Maybe they're like coming and tapping on your house or tapping on a tree right outside your window or something like that. But yes, you could be seeing a lot of woodpeckers right before this opportunity hits your door, okay? Some of you guys, this is going to quite literally come to your door. But for others of you, this could be an email, it could be a phone call, it could be a text message, it could just be an encounter with somebody in person. An opportunity presents itself, possibly through networking at work, okay? Somebody could be like, oh, hey, Gemini, I know you like to do, you know, whatchamacallit. Have you thought about doing this? Or I have a great opportunity I'd like to present to you. You know, it's something like that. What do we have here for this opportunity? We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is communication coming in from a distance for some of you guys. We have the Empress energy. Whatever this is going to bring creation, abundance, wealth, beauty, prosperity to your life. And I feel like you are ever pregnant with abundant opportunities as well. So I almost feel like this door is like revolving, like it never ends, you know? And this could be through some kind of perspective shift or higher knowledge that you've gathered here with this Page of Swords. You know, one of your mantras could be like, or it might be, or it needs to be like, opportunity finds me. Opportunity is always seeking me, you know? Everywhere I go, opportunity finds me. Everywhere I go, things work out in my favor. Like saying these positive things to yourself, speaking these things into existence is really important for you and powerful as well, Gemini. You know, you are the sign of communication, right? We're very mercurial. So our planet, our ruling planet is Mercury, which is communication and technology. You know, so again, it's like if you can use these things to work in your favor, or maybe some of you guys are meant to speak, maybe you're going to get some kind of opportunity that's surrounding your voice. Maybe you're great at singing, maybe you're great at speaking, you're great at motivational speaking, maybe you have a gift or a message here from the divine that you're meant to kind of spread around. What else do we have for this opportunity? Can I get another energy here? We have the Seven of Cups. So this is feeling like, again, that revolving door that I was talking about. It's not just one opportunity. The Seven of Cups represents many, many options, many different opportunities coming in. So much, Gemini, that you might feel slightly overwhelmed, you know? You might be in a little bit of analysis paralysis when it comes to choosing what opportunity you want to jump on or what you want to do next, you know? But it feels like all of a sudden the floodgates are opening up. It's almost like you had an energetic block, Gemini, which I could see that with this let go, but you had an energetic block, and it's like as soon as you freed that up, now the energy can move again. And so now everything's coming through. Some of you guys, this is definitely surrounding your performance or whatever it is that you've mastered, whatever it is that you're really good at. Some of you guys are master manifestors here, but there's a lot of recognition that's coming through with that Queen of Wands, you know? She is in the spotlight, okay? So some of you guys could find yourself in the spotlight, or you could find like a lot of people maybe reaching out to you, wanting to work with you. Maybe if you have a business, Gemini, it's like a lot of new clients or something. I feel like if you're going to be busy soon, okay? So if you're not feeling busy right now, you are going to be feeling busy, okay? If you're already feeling busy, then it's just business as usual. But I also feel like there's different opportunities coming in, regardless of whether you're feeling busy or not. But yeah, you are going to have some options here. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I'm saying. Things are about to change. Okay, drastically. The wheel is about to move in your favor, Gemini. With this Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, you might have been in this scarcity. We saw that with the owl energy. You know, you might have been in this scarcity here. You might have been in a lack mentality or survival mode of like, I have to do this, I don't have a choice, or I have to, every penny that I make has to be crimped and saved, and I'm living paycheck to paycheck or moment to moment here, you know, or if anything big happens, I'm screwed because I only have this much. Like there really could have been in this survival, hoarding, scarcity energy. I feel like you're releasing that and you're seeing that the universe is abundant and therefore you are abundant too, right? Like, this is not just one opportunity that's available to you, Gemini. Again, it's a revolving door. So you go through it, bam, there's another opportunity. You go through it, bam, there's another opportunity. It's like you're starting to see that you are abundant and that there's more than enough to go around. You're really transitioning out of that lack mindset, Gemini, okay? You really are. What is this just trust talking about here? Look, Four of Pentacles came back out. That's what I'm saying. You're seeing the truth about something, about maybe how you were holding yourself back or cutting yourself off or missing out. I don't know why this is giving me like Four of Cups, but it kind of is. It's giving like missing out on opportunities or, again, playing it safe, holding yourself back because you felt like, oh, this could rock my boat. This could ruin everything. This could end it all for me. And it's like, that's not living in an abundant mindset. That's living in a lack mentality, that this is my one shot, and if anything rocks this boat, well, I could never be successful in anything else or achieve anything else, or even that this wouldn't even be good for me anyways. Because if it's that fragile, if it's that easily crumbly, right, it's giving tower energy, which means that something's not right anyway. So it's like you're really learning to trust and open yourself up to more opportunities or to situations, things that might feel a little scary or might question your safe space here, right? Or your sense of normality, which what is normal? Who knows, right? Normality is like beauty. It's subjective and it's different for everybody. What one person finds beautiful, another person won't. What one person finds normal, another person won't. But I feel like you had some kind of reality that maybe you were very attached to, but it was built around lack mentality of like, I have to fit in, I have to be a certain way, I have to do a certain thing, I can only have certain relationships or connections or, activities or things. I have to dress a certain way, I have to talk. It was like all to kind of like keep this safe, and not realizing that is like extreme lack mentality here, right? Basically telling spirit that there's only one way that something can work out for me. But actually, again, you're abundant, like you in your being, you in your essence, you are abundant. So you're learning to open yourself up and just trust, because of this clarity, this truth, this epiphany that's come through. And a lot of this was very deep into your subconscious. Like you weren't aware of it, I don't think. I feel like there had to be something that came through or something that happened. Like there was a lightning bolt of truth that came through and you just saw it. You could have been like in the middle of performing, and I don't mean like singing or dancing, although perhaps, right? But I feel like in your everyday life doing something, juggling, right? Juggling to keep everything afloat, and you could have just stopped for a second and been like, what the hell am I doing? This is like fraud-like, fake-like behavior. Like I don't understand this at all. This is not who I'm supposed to be, or this is not what's going to work for me. It's like you had a moment of clarity that came through. So now you're trusting. You're trusting in the unknown. You're trusting in your intuition more. You're trusting in spirit and its path for you more. Look, the Tower. That's what I'm saying. Some of you guys, really holding on to a crumbling tower, or really holding on to something that was not serving you. What else do we have here for this just trust? Let's get one more, I guess, for this just trust, please. We have the Four of Swords. So fours are very significant, which of course talk about our foundation, our stability, right? And balance, really. Anything that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, anything that's an even number is a balance to me. So I feel like you are learning to kind of surrender. That's what I'm getting with this Four of Swords. I'm getting like letting go with the Four of Pentacles and relaxing, releasing the grip. And then with the Four of Swords, like surrendering, feeling more clear as well in your mind, like not feeling as like tightly wound up here is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like you're surrendering and trusting that what is meant for you is meant for you, so it can't miss you. But also, if you allow yourself to be your authentic self, if you allow yourself to kind of be open and not be so closed off, that things are going to work out. Like this is going to work out for you, or everything is going to be okay. Because spirit has your back ultimately, right? And when spirit has your back, it's like, it's not going to lead you into situations that are going to harm you. There could have been a discrepancy here between what spirit was trying to lead you towards and what you felt was safe for you. And so when spirit tried to lead you to something that was different or would change things in your life, you're like, whoa, 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 this is a threat. This is a threat to my survival, But I feel like there's a surrender coming through of like, no, spirit has my back. It's like true faith and trust, What is this let go and bury, please? Oh, also on the bottom of the deck for this Four of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. So if there's been any kind of betrayal, if there's been a huge letdown, whether you were the cause, somebody else was the cause, whatever, but especially if somebody else was the cause, and you feel like somebody maybe played with you or did something to you, they did something, Gemini. We don't got to get into it. You already know what they did, okay? You're being asked to surrender this and trust. Trust that you're going to be okay. Trust that they're going to be okay. Trust that everybody's going to get what they deserve. And it's not up to you to decide what anybody deserves. That's up to spirit. It's like, give it to me, says spirit. You just work on your healing. You just work on mending yourself. Resting. Rejuvenating. Coming back to center. I got this. Right? Everything's been seen. Records have been stored, So just rest assured that whatever happened, spirit saw it. Okay, let go and bury, card number 17. What is this talking about for Gemini gang, for this random message? What is this talking about? We have the death card. Okay, that's Scorpio. Some of you guys are really needing to let go of some kind of, I don't know, guys. It feels like a stifling culture or a stifling community or a stifling family tradition or something. It's like, well, this is the way we've always done it because this is the way we've always done it, right? It's like, okay, but that's not giving me a reason of why we do it that way. Because we've always done it this way is not good enough, especially when it's causing you to feel like you can't be in your authenticity. You know, again, I get the energy of somebody who's like in a room full of people and they feel like they can't be themselves. So I feel like we're letting go of that. Anything that is pulling us away from our legacy or our spiritual purpose, we're letting go. You know, and this is something that has possibly been like lifetimes of work here with the death energy, because for me, the death is not just like an ending, right? It's an end to a cycle, a long outstanding cycle, one that has possibly bled over from past lives. And also this death card, if you look at it, he's taking his sword of truth here, and he's really like gnawing away at it slowly, right? Like not just like clean, like just ripping the band-aid off and getting it over with, which is exactly what I was talking about here with like digging this big old hole for this coffin with this tiny little garden shovel. Like, you know, it's like, well, I am ending it, right? Right? I am ending it. It's like, yeah, it's going to take you a couple more lifetimes too at that pace, buddy. You know? So there's an energy here of like really just letting go of something, doing it, right? Going and renting tobacco or taking a nice clean swipe and just severing it. It's time to sever it. Okay? Listen, these readings can't be for everybody, guys. So if it don't resonate, I thank you for being here and I understand, you know, but Spirit wants to speak to whoever Spirit needs to speak to right now. And it's not up to me who that is or what this is about. So if this resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel like there's an energy here of really prolonging an ending, prolonging letting go, prolonging moving on, prolonging a great transformation here with the death energy or a rebirth that's possible after this, because as we see on the death card, when one door closes, another opens, which is the truth, right? The ultimate truth. Death is but a door. It's not the end. It's just the beginning of something else. So, you know, again, prolonging really your new beginnings by prolonging the ending of whatever this is or letting go of it, okay? And this could simply be a mindset or something within yourself, like not allowing yourself to be authentic or not allowing yourself to be seen or whatever, or not allowing yourself to go after certain opportunities because it threatens whatever this is that you are clinging on to. What else do we have here for Gemini, guy? With this let go berry? What else do we have here with this let go berry? The Chariot. It's interesting because we have the two doors here and then we have like, I don't know, this way or that way. Y'all see that? It just, for some reason, this just makes, I don't know, it feels like it goes together or something. Some of you guys could be prolonging ending something because you don't know what's next after that, which I get, right? The death is the greatest mystery, right? We really don't know what's after it. That's why we have to have trust. That's why we have to have faith. That's why we do have to have a shepherd and something that is higher than ourselves that we're devoted to, in a sense, because it gives our life purpose. It gives our life meaning. It gives our life direction and understanding, you know? If you're wrong, you're wrong, right? But at least you dedicated your life to something that made you feel safe or secure in a way of you allowing yourself to be who you are, you know? So I feel like with the Chariot energy, it's like after we let go and bury something, we are going to be moving forward. It's like, okay, well now I'm out of here, right? Some of y'all could literally be leaving a place, quite literally, right? Relocating or going on the road or something, you know? I'm getting somebody like, I don't know who this is. Maybe this is just symbolic what I'm seeing, but I'm getting somebody like throwing a dart at a map and being like, wherever it lands, that's where I'm going to be. That's going to be my home, you know? Let's hope it lands somewhere where I know what the hell that is, you know? I don't know, or don't land in the middle of the ocean. It's giving the energy though of like somebody just like being like, I know that it's anywhere but here, okay? So you got to go this way or that way. You got to choose. I feel like this choice also is talking about, you know, letting something go or continuing to hold on. That's a choice as well, right? And the Chariot does want to move forward. That's what the Chariot's meaning is as a power card. It's like moving forward, making progress. But we can't make progress if we're not on the same page with ourselves, or if we're looking back while we're trying to drive forward. You're going to crash your Chariot. So there's something with that of you know, coming down to a final conclusion here. You know, opening yourself up to what your truth actually is with the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is somebody who has a lot of wisdom. They've went through a lot in life, so they have developed themselves a lot, you know, so they do know who they are, and they do have a good idea of where they want to go or what they need to be a part of. Cancer season could be very significant for this, which is just around the corner. So, magnetism through gratitude for this random read for Gemini gang. Magnetism through gratitude here. What do we have? We have the King of Swords coming back out. We have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys are really grateful for somebody who showed up in your life, even if it was temporary, okay? I'm getting that energy so strong. Or somebody feels this way about you. This could be reversed, Gemini, so take it as it resonates. Actually, legitimately, the whole reading could be reversed. You gotta take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's somebody here that's grateful for another person. This person could have been very logical, very by the book. Like if it needs to make sense in order for me to trust it or believe it. If it's not here in this book here, then I don't believe it. I don't go off of my imagination or hopes and dreams or, you know, puppy dog schemes, right? I don't do that. But they met somebody, Gemini, could have been you, okay? Or you could have met somebody like this, take it as it resonates, that actually believes in hope and dreams and puppy dog schemes, okay? This is somebody who is passionate and creative and believes in magic and actually is magical, has like an essence of magic to them, lives an unconventional life here with the Queen of Wands, like is not afraid to walk to the beat of their own drum here at all. Will be loud and proud about who they are and will be honored for it too. That's the brilliant part. Like the King of Swords, I get the energy of somebody who feels like they could only be honored if they lived a certain way, if they did something by the book, by the code. You know, I'm hearing by the culture, so I don't know what that's talking about, but y'all take it as it resonates. But this is somebody who stands out, and they were born to stand out, and they don't try to fit in. You know, like I am who I am, and I create my own way. I create my own magic. I mean, look, she got a dragon with her. That's, you know, ancient wisdom too. Somebody who is very smart, very intelligent, has a lot of wisdom. This King of Swords energy might have thought that they were smarter for whatever reason. Maybe because, again, what they believe in is facts and reasons, and it's something you can read in a book, and therefore it must be correct. I mean, you're just shooting at the hip here. You're making it up as you go along, Queen of Wands, right? It's giving that kind of energy. But actually, now that the King of Swords has gathered a higher perspective, this energy sees that, you know, the Queen of Wands is more in alignment with her authenticity, and therefore things naturally work out in her favor. Like she wasn't lost at all or shooting at the hip at all. You know, she was following her heart, following her creativity, her passions, her magic that was given to her by the divine. I'm saying her because it's a queen, but take it as it resonates. Magic that was given to this person by the divine. Like this King of Swords character, whether this is you or somebody else, is seeing this now. And they're grateful because I feel like this has expanded this King of Swords mind, or it will at least. Maybe it's in the process, you know, of happening. I don't know. That's what I'm getting for somebody. So needless to say, Gemini, like you've had some kind of impact on somebody, or somebody who was very closed-minded before and very like one-dimensional and only willing to see one way of things and do things one way. It's like they're seeing that there might be another way, and it might be actually tied to following your authenticity, being who you are, that actually you can be who you are and you can be accepted, you know? I feel like whoever this person was, they were living in like a very big fear state. It's really reminding me of this just trust energy. So if this is your energy, Gemini, you would know. Or if this is resonating for like another person, or maybe you guys were mirroring in certain ways. That happens sometimes when we meet people that come into our life to teach us things. You know, we teach them things as well. Like it's a equal exchange here. If you want to look at it like that. You know, if you want to try to seek the lesson, then you're going to find it, you know? Give me something else for this magnetism through gratitude here. Yeah, we have the Emperor. I feel like somebody is growing. Like, because their mind has expanded, they are growing. And this could definitely be your energy, Gemini. You're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your authenticity. You're owning who you are. You're very driven. You're very motivated. You know, you're very thankful for everything, for the journey, for the ups, for the downs, for the good, for the not so good, because it's all led you somewhere. It's all taught you something about yourself or who you are. It's elevated you, it's moved you up, and because of that, you're attracting a lot of abundant opportunities. Some of you guys could be attracting a leadership position. Some of y'all might be attracting a counterpart, for sure. And this person is definitely a boss or a free thinker or open-minded, just like you, Gemini. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Advice and additional messages for this random reading. We got the Queen, love and prosperity with the Oracle. Seek wisdom and guidance from the elders. I feel like you are very connected to your ancestors here. Very connected. We have the Golem, a close friend acts on your behalf. Yes, I feel like you have a guardian angels or guardian ancestors that really watch over you, Gemini. And they give you wisdom. They give you the, you know, intuitive downloads of what moves you need to make, how you need to move, what you need to, you know, get involved in, what you don't need to get involved in. I feel like this has helped you gather a lot of love and prosperity in your life and a lot of wisdom. So you're very much honored by your ancestors. Like, you're exalted. You're definitely lifted to the next level here. Golem came back out. A close friend acts on your behalf. Yeah, so there is possibly some kind of spiritual intervention that's happening here to bring a lot of these opportunities and movement, forward movement into your life. We definitely have a new beginning here with the intro card coming out. What else do we have here? Advice and additional messages for this random reading, please. We have the Earth element. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense. I feel like that's exactly what we were talking about. Like, somebody is seeing that actually logic and reason doesn't have to be something that's just found in a book. It can be something that's found in your heart too. Like, it's just logical to follow your intuition. It's logical to follow your heart. Gemini, I feel like you might have taught somebody that, or they taught you that. I feel that so strongly, okay? We have the Serpent energy. A sly and subtle approach is needed. So some of you guys are really strategizing your next move forward. And Spirit is also saying, keep your moves a little quiet right now. Like, there's no need to let everybody know what you're investing in or what you're going to be moving towards next, or what your next business venture is or creative idea or whatever. Like, you got eyes on you. You got people who are not as creative or innovative as you watching you, so they can kind of try to do it first, you know, before like it's released. So if you say, oh, I'm releasing a book about this, it'll be out summer of 2026, right? It's like they're gonna work their hardest to make sure that shit is out by winter of 2025, you know? So just keep that in mind, guys, that there are people that are watching you and would love to kind of try to switch destinies or take what is rightfully yours. We have the Stars. A long journey brings reward. Yes, it's been a long journey, Gemini, right? It really has. And I feel like you're gaining some kind of reward because of what you've been through, the tenacity that you've shown, and also the willingness to be vulnerable with yourself and really reflect and do the inner work and move forward and heal and let go. Integrate the lessons. Like, it's bringing reward, okay? All right, Gemini, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.